days, it seems everybody really just has two questions. Are we going into a recession and are home prices going to fall? So let's answer these two questions and then dive in a little bit deeper and put some meat on the bones so we can really understand what's going on here. The first big question is, are we going into recession? So I believe, yeah, we are. And most analysts are predicting that we'll start to really feel the effects of this in early to mid 2023. Going into recession is never really what we would prefer. It's not what we want to hear. And it doesn't have to be the end of the world, especially if we prepare now and we have the time to prepare. In the coming weeks, I'm going to be sending you some excellent resources that I've curated on the best ways to prepare you, your family, and your finances for a coming recession. Next big question, are home prices about to fall? Short answer, no, they're not. But let's take a look at answering that question just a little bit more robustly here, and I'll do that in two parts. First, history proves that a recession does not equal home prices falling. Here's a look at the last 9 recessions in this country going all the way back to the 60s. The dark vertical lines represent the periods of recession, and the white line represents home values. As you can see, the only one of these where we had any meaningful and sustained depreciation was the Great Recession of 2008. Second, when you consider supply and demand, the answer is still a flat no. The total inventory of homes is nowhere near what we would need to satisfy the demand, which means that although we're entering a more balanced market right now, we're just not in a market where we're going to see any meaningful declines in home values over a sustained period. What would we need before we see home values fall? Well, we'd need to see a lot of inventory, like a dramatic amount of inventory. You see, in San Diego right now, we've got about 1.1 months supply of inventory of homes on the market. That's about 3,200 homes. Most analysts agree that we need to see at least 4 to 6 months of inventory on the market. That's 11,600 to 17,400 homes on the market in San Diego before we'd be able to see any meaningful declines in value. In other words, between 8,000 and 14,000 San Diego homeowners would suddenly have to decide that they no longer want to own their Southern California real estate. So what's different between 2008 and today? Well, in short, in 2008, which was the only time we saw that kind of a sell-off, those sales were from forced credit selling. See, if you remember back to the years leading up to 2008, most folks were starting to put down 10 and 5 and even 0% on short-term adjustable rate mortgages. And then you contrast that with today and the years leading up to today, most folks starting to put down well over 20% and on low-rate fixed mortgages. And then on top of that, we got tons of all-cash transactions. All that adding up to more equity and less credit stress. American homeowners are in an excellent financial position, and there's no way they're going to start selling off at 30 and 50 and 70% off market value to get out at all costs. With such a dramatic amount of equity on the line, why would they do that? So I'll close with this. One of my mentors, Brian Buffini, says that a recession is a terrible thing to waste. And I agree. So I'll pass along some great resources for you and your family so that you can be saving and investing and hedging yourself against inflation appropriately so that you can grow through this economic cycle and win in any market. So let me ask you, who do you know that needs to make a move? Maybe they need a bigger home or a different school district or whatever their reason, but they're trepidatious about what they're hearing out there. Give me a call and let me connect them with a great Auker agent. I promise you that we'll leave them with the calm and clear confidence that they need to make big moves for their future.